Andy, thank you. Cases are obviously taking off, positivity rates doubling in just days. What's your outlook on when maybe this peaks?
I talked to a dozen scientists or so in the last couple of days, and the consensus seems to be forming around the third week in January. So that's both good news and bad news. The good news is there may be evidence this comes at us very fast and leaves equally as fast. That would be the good news. The bad news is in that short period of time, as you reported, Shep, the hospitals are going to face very significant demand, both from the Delta wave, the Omicron wave coming on top of it, as well as everything else people need. So we got to be very careful this Christmas and holiday season not to be among them.
But Andy, putting on my Captain Obvious hat, people aren't locking down again. They're not going to cancel Christmas, even if some people want them to. And if someone hasn't gotten vaccinated in the last year, I mean, who in the world thinks they're going to go do it now? Given all of those truths, how do you balance making policy with the reality that people are just tired of this and dug in?
Well, you're absolutely right. This is a point in time when people are either disbelieving or just plain tired, and people don't want to put their lives on hold. The good news is, unlike last year, we have a lot of tools that allow people to be able to get together with their families. We have rapid at-home tests. We have booster shots. So we have very good tools. The problem is people need to use those tools. If they don't use those tools, then they're putting themselves at risk. And that's just, you got to keep in front of people and keep reminding people that they're taking some amount of risk, both in getting sick and in being part of the spread. But we've come a long way in a year, make no doubt about it. A year ago, we'd be talking about some binary outcomes, shut down, stay open. Today, we have lots of ways to stay safe.
Thank God. You know, this administration has had almost a year to get testing right. They have not gotten testing right. There is no place in Lower Manhattan that I could find today that has any rapid test. The lines for the regular tests are around the block and down the street. Hundreds of people. It is frightening to look out. Why is this still a problem? Why can't we get this right?
Well, we have a virus now that's spreading at about 3 times the rate of even Delta, which spread at almost twice the rate of the 2020 version. At some point in time, that's just a lot of people. That's going to overload every part of the system. Testing, hospitals, nursing staff, nursing shortages. These things are going to be very, very beleaguered. So I think we're going to be continuing to see this for some period of time. And when I was in the White House, I think the best thing to be able to do is to level with people and let people know that, there's no possible way if we end up with 1 million cases a day of Omicron,
is that what you think?
Some people are suspecting, that as a country,
is that what
that's
you think, Andy? 1 million cases a day? Is that what's ahead of us?
That's certainly some of the projections. Remember now, we're seeing a doubling every 2 to 3 days of this, and so the question is, at what point does it reach limits? But if you have to put that in perspective, if you have 100,000 cases on Christmas, you have 400,000 cases on New Year's. Yeah. So if the math works out the way that it's trending, we have real serious issues. Now, no one can predict that for sure.
Yeah, let's hope not. Andy Slavitt, thanks so much.